Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. And here I have an article for you guys, or a website for you guys, straight from Verizon.com. I will leave a link to it in the description so you guys can check it out. So here's something interesting to note. I want to make this very clear. I just thought about this as we recently, made the video about the converged offer that I feel Verizon should put into the market. Verizon is telling us the complete opposite publicly, right? With factual percentages. They're saying, and this came from the CFO recently, he's saying that the converged offer right now to them is sort of meaningless. It's a very low single-digit percentage, and it doesn't really do much for them. So that means, and this is kind of crazy to think about, that means if they're not selling the converged offer and people aren't bundling the wireless services with the FWA, and we can clearly see that in the numbers, that means, out of the I think it was 387,000 ads they had in Q3, that means a large bulk of them are paying the non-discounted price. So for the 5G home, that's $60, and for the 5G home plus, that's $80. So that's literally right around cable and fiber pricing. So what's going on here? I could understand it if the converged offer percentage was very high and these newcomers are bundling it with Verizon wireless services. Because then the pricing makes sense. You get the 5G Home Plus at $45, you get the 5G Home at $35. But here's the thing too. Even at the $60 price point, it doesn't come with any 4K. You have to get the Plus at $80 to be able to stream at 4K. So that means FWA is capped on streaming quality, which, if I remember correctly, cable and fiber don't have those types of restrictions. So what is the competitor doing wrong that's leading people to leave their current provider at maybe a similar price point, maybe a bit more, to go with Verizon and pay $80 and $60? Is their customer service really that bad, or is the pricing really just that high? I know AT&T with their fiber, was about 2 years ago or so. They kind of streamlined their pricing. They no longer charge you for the router extra. They no longer have explosive pricing after the second year. So with AT&T Fiber, you can get a solid speed tier for a similar price point that has symmetrical speeds, and it's a much better performing product. But yet, people are still being pushed and driving to fixed wireless access. So I got to figure it out. I don't know the answer. I myself don't know the answer why people are choosing a product that they're not really getting at a discount. They're not bundling it with Verizon Wireless. So they're getting it at the price points you're seeing on screen without the discount. That's $80 and $60. I've looked at some of the Spectrum pricing. They have some pretty solid tiers at the $50, $60 price point where they can actually guarantee a faster speed. So what I think, and I'm speculating, right? What I think is the incumbent is not as reliable in some cases. Customer service may have ticked them off, and this is like years of built up anger. And they're just looking for something new and different, is what I think. So I know I just made the video recently about it, mainly being about price. But now I'm looking at Verizon and I'm like, wait a minute, their converged offering is not really working. So it's a low single-digit percentage. So, what's really going on? With T-Mobile, I know that their converged offer is working. There's like 30-40% of newcomers that are coming on that are choosing wireless. And I'll throw that out there publicly. 30-40% are choosing wireless, so that gets them that $30 discount. Not $30 less, but it's priced at $30 versus the $50 price point. So they get a $20 discount for bundling with wireless. But with Verizon, that's not happening. So people are literally joining Verizon and they're paying the higher price point. So that's not making sense, right? We can speculate, we can discuss in the comments, but it just doesn't make sense. Now those people are still getting the value add-ons like the Series X and all that, but they're not getting the discount. So that's interesting. That's something we got to talk about. So leave all your comments in the comments. Make sure you guys stay tuned. If you're new, like, share, subscribe. See y'all in the next one. Peace.